Hey, what is up YouTube and welcome back to another tutorial from your boy Hunter. So you have a problem with OBS running laggy while you're recording your games, or maybe you are getting lags on your games because your CPU cannot handle OBS and running a AAA game at the same time. So there's actually one solution you can actually use, but I'm going to go through all of the solutions I can think of. Alright, so the first thing, downgrade your OBS to 2911. This will be in the description. I'll give you the link in the description. Alrighty then. Next, we are going to optimize our PC to run on a high-end game whilst recording a game. So like Spider-Man Remastered and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now I know these two actually lagged out on my PC while I was recording on OBS. Now first of all, this is only for people who's got something like this, a CPU, a Core i3 CPU with a 3.9 gigahertz. So there's only 4 threads on this thing, so 4 cores I think. So yeah, local processors 4, there you go, and cores 2. So it's not one of the best. I mean, my graphics card, I've got NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super graphics card, and it's running pretty smooth. This is just my onboard, and it says it's got shared memory, which actually pushes it up to 7.9 gig. I don't know how the hell that works, but okay. Memory is 16 gig of DDR4 RAM. So everything seems to be in order except for my bloody CPU. So I had a little bit of a problem running this. So the first thing, when you are in your task manager, go to your processes. The things you don't need, turn it off. So let's see what I can actually remove from here. So Razer Cortex, launcher services. If you cannot close it down, go to details. So you can say go to details. And it's just going to pop up right here. Then you're going to right click on this and set priority to low. Okay. And then you're going to set the affinity. Let me see if I can find it again. That's going to be R. Okay, I cannot even find it. There it is. Cortex launcher. So you can set the affinity. So that means it's going to use less of your CPU. So you can actually set it to only one thread of your CPU. So any program you are running in the background, just try to remove the how should I explain this? The process load on the CPU. So with OBS, you're gonna have to go to priority, make sure that it's set to high, and make sure it's using all of your cores on your CPU. This is for OBS only. Okay, so we're done with this. Now we're gonna go look for something called graphics settings. Just search in your taskbar, your search bar, for graphics. It's gonna take you to graphics settings. Right, we're gonna click on this. Make sure this is on. Reset your PC after to apply these changes. Make sure when you turn it on, it's going to ask you to restart your PC. Otherwise, it will never work. Okay. So with your games that are lagging out, you're going to place them right in here, including OBS. Now for games, if you don't see it right here, you can just browse for it. Now I'm not going to put it in here, but I know exactly where it is. So the game Resident Evil 4, I'm just going to add it. And with Spider-Man Remastered, I'm going to do the same. Then you're going to go to options and set it to high performance. Alrighty then. Then you're going to click on save. Do the same with OBS, high performance, and save. Spider-Man Remastered, options, high performance, and save. Any other game, same thing. So if a game lags out, you know what to do. Everything is set to high performance. Even still Wakes the Deep, where I actually had a lot of problems. Alrighty then, so the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna just click the back button right here. Actually, not just the back button, actually. Just click on the home button. So the first thing you're going to look for is gaming. So click on your gaming and make sure the game bar is set to off. You don't want any of this to mess around with your gaming while you are recording on OBS, because then Windows is going to try to record the game while you're recording on OBS, which is going to mess around with your recording as well. Next thing you want to do is go to captures. Now with captures, make sure you turn this off. Make sure you turn everything off. If it's not off, it's going to lag out your recordings. And then game mode, make sure to set this to on. Alright, so we're done with this. I'm going to go back to home, and then I'm going to go to type in background apps. So anything that runs on the background, you can turn it off. Then things that are necessary for your Windows to run, like a video control panel, and let's say Windows security, Windows features, experience pack, maybe turn that one on. That's actually really important. Otherwise my Windows stuff will not work. So this is only a background app. Now don't worry, you can actually just run this again if you feel you actually need it. You can just turn it back on, not from here, but actually just run it. So just click on a shortcut for it or whatever. Right, the next thing we are looking at is startup. So I'm going to search here, startup apps. Now, again, the things you don't need, turn it off. All right. So this one I actually turned off because it actually started lagging out my PC, and this is just things you turn off for startup itself. So you can still run it again by actually just looking for it and just say run, or maybe do it through the run process. But for that, that's all you're going to need to know. Now you can see something like this. Okay, now you're going to wonder what this is. Now for Windows 10, Windows 11, all of you should get something that says this PC. Now I've got a shortcut for this. Now anywhere on the side, you're going to right click and click on properties. Then you're going to go to advanced properties. Then make sure it's in advanced. You're going to click on this one that says settings. Now here by visual effects, set it to custom. Smooth edges around fonts, you can turn that on. Show Windows contents while dragging, you can turn this on. And show thumbnails instead of icons, you can turn that one on. But transparent selection, don't do that. Show shadows, make sure these are off. So these can actually reduce your performance on your PC. Then we're going to click on advanced again. We're going to click on change and make sure this one is set to off. Now depending on how many hard drives you have, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so for 4 hard drives, do not do this with this one. But for 1, 2, 3, I set it to 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Oh well, 80,000. That means it's going to run on 8 gig of paging files. It's called a paging file, but other people will call it VRAM. Now VRAM is really important for high-end, well, low-end PCs and high-end PCs. If you're trying to record a game, this uses VRAM as well. Now the reason OBS lags out while you are recording, if you're running on a Core i3 CPU, yeah, your PC cannot really run the newer versions of OBS. Okay, you're gonna click on set, and it's gonna ask you to restart your PC. Restart your damn PC, people, please. And you're gonna click on OK. We're done. Now, in video control panel. Now I set all of the settings for every game the same way, so I'm only gonna do one. I'm only gonna show one. So we're gonna go to program settings. Program settings. It's gonna take a while to load up because I'm recording again. I need my drink. I need a drink. Alright, so for Resident Evil 4 Biohazard, you can see image scaling is off, anastrophic filtering is on 8, anti-aliasing gamma control is on, anti-aliasing mode, enhanced application settings, anti-aliasing scaling is at ×4, anti-aliasing transparency is at ×2, Background application frame rate is on, off. CUDA GPUs, this is only your GPU, so just make sure it uses your GPU. Then CUDA system fallback policy, set it to driver default. Low latency mode, set it to ultra. Max frame rate, set it to 60. OpenGL compatibility. Global settings. It says global settings. I don't know why there's global settings. Prefer performance. I forgot to do this one. OpenGL rendering GPU, and my graphics card, your graphics card, depending on what. If you have more than one graphics card, it's going to pick it up here, but just make sure it's not set to auto select. Otherwise, if you have a thing here on the side, you saw that, you cannot see my other monitor, but it's going to use the other monitor instead of the main graphics card. Power management mode is prefer maximum performance, texture filtering, anastrophic sampling. Set it to off. Texture filtering, negative bias, set it to clamp. Texture filtering quality, set it to quality. Texture filtering trilinear optimization, set it to on. And then texture filtering trilinear optimization on. Threaded optimization, use global settings, it's set to auto. Triple buffering, set it to off. Virtual synchronization on. And then we don't really use VR for this thing, so just set it to 1. And Vulkan and OpenGL. Now, this is what confuses people. Native is OpenGL. Prefer layered on DXGI swap chain. That's Vulkan. So it's going to try to run the game in Vulkan mode. Then you're going to click on apply. And do this with all of your games. These are the settings I'm using for my high-end games. Alrighty then, we're done with this. Now we're done with optimizing our PC to run smooth. Now the last thing you need to do is go to this PC again. Okay. So wherever it says where your PC is, where your settings are, you're going to go to users, your name, and then app data. If you cannot see app data, make sure to turn it on. Where the hell was it? On view, and say click on hidden items. All right. So app data, we're going to go to local, and we're going to just click on temp. Then you're going to copy all of this, and shift and delete. Come on, why did you do that? Okay, shift and delete. I'm going to press yes. Some of it will not be able to delete, but sometimes it actually deletes properly. There you go. So app data removed. So this can actually improve your performance, so your PC is going to run a little smoother, especially while running OBS. Now we're going to run the first game, Spider-Man Remastered. Keep an eye on my CPU. It's running about 5 ticks, so that's not too bad yet. I'm going to go to my settings. I'm going to show you it's running on full screen graphics. These are the settings I'm running on with Spider-Man Remastered. You can actually copy these settings because it actually works perfectly. Now these two, make sure to set these to very low because it's going to help your CPU to not bottleneck. Alright, you don't want your system to bottleneck while you're actually playing a game. That's where your stutters come in. Alright, so once you've got these settings on, especially if you're running on a Core i3 CPU but your graphics card is fine, your RAM is fine, but the game still lags out, or OBS still lags out. Alright, now let's see what happens when I run the game. I'm gonna put this on my other screen. Now with Spider-Man Remastered, I'm running this with mods. No God mode or anything like that. It's just infinite gadget ammo and some skin mods. And some audio mods as well. I'm not going to do a modding tutorial on this game. You can just go check other people if that modded the game. Some of them actually give you some good pointers. I'm not going to give you any pointers because it's going to take a long as time. Alright, so here we go.
What kind of trouble Shocker's into this time?
Now, where you start bottlenecking is actually going through the city on the ground. Because there's too much traffic and too much pedestrians, your PC cannot handle. Now, I'm going to show you what happens when I go to my settings. I want to show you the settings I'm talking about. So if you go to your graphics settings, these ones are set to very low. Adjust the amount of cars driving through the city. Lower the values can help reduce CPU bottlenecks. After adjusting it, the settings will gradually take effect as you travel through the city. So it's still gonna lag out a little bit until it actually fixes itself. Same with crowd density.
As I warned, Nostradamus-like, after Spider-Man recklessly took down Wilson Fisk without preparing for the consequences, our streets are now filled with aspiring gangsters, each trying to out-psycho the other. My next guest is lucky to have survived an armed robbery. Sir, glad you're okay.
Thanks. It was nuts. These dudes walk in like they own the place, waving guns around.
Appalling. When a businessman is afraid to make an honest living.
Yeah, it was a lifesaver that Spider-Man came along and stopped him.
Weren't you listening? He caused the problem. Forgive me for raising my voice. I'm emotional at the thought of what you went through. Jared, our caller seems shaken. Let's let him go.
I'm fine.
Goodbye!
Man, I love Jameson's voice. The way he actually roasts Spider-Man as far as he can go. But there you go. The game is running pretty smooth. Right, so let's see what happens when I... Where was this thing?
Confucius Plaza. I could use some of his wisdom right about now.
Perfect. But I actually want to see what happens when I actually try to take on Shocker. The Shocker. Because I know he uses a lot of, his powers actually takes up a lot of freaking CPU power. I know that. I already had some lags going on here.
Seriously?
Give it up! You're never gonna catch me!
That's what you said last time.
I don't want to hurt you! You'll just slow me down!
Wow, that's considerate.
Now that is because of the bloom.
What's the money for, Herman?
Why do you care?
Actually, I don't. Just trying to make fun. Gotcha. Now let's talk.
I said I'm done talking!
Noted.
How did you take on the symbiote suit, huh?
Honestly, Herman, why are you robbing again? You know the police are watching your every move. I mean, we all know you're kind of dumb, but I didn't think you were this dumb. You must be desperate, which means you're not just stealing for yourself. You must be working with someone, or for someone. You can tell me who it is now, or make me punch it out of you later. Your choice.
Not enough!
Move!
Hi, Shocker. Alright, there we go. The game is running pretty smooth. I'm getting a little bit of a CPU,
Awesome. Can we talk design details?
little bit of CPU usage on this one, so I'm just gonna have to show you the CPU usage I'm getting out of this. This is 27%. Alright. So we're done with Spider-Man Remastered. Now it's time to go on to a bigger game. I'm gonna Alt F4 out of this. Make sure it's not running in the background. Make sure Spider-Man is not on. Because you can see my CPU is going crazy. What the fuck was that? Wait. Well, that was freaking weird. Huh. Okay, that was pretty... I don't know what that was. There's some weird freaking shit going on. Alright, so you can see I'm running on 27% and I'm looking for what's actually using my CPU. So I'm going to click on CPU and make sure what is running. So something that's running on my CPU, that's OBS taking a lot of CPU power right now, which is pretty fine because the recording was fine. Alright, so I'm going to close this down and we're going to run Resident Evil remake. Resident Evil 4 remake. Here we go. Alright, now I'm in Resident Evil 4 remake. So play through the story again. So I'm gonna go options, not options just yet. I'm gonna go main story. I'm gonna load a game. You can see I can actually go through a I actually finished this game on a lot of, it took me a while actually to get through all of these. But if I click on this one, a new playthrough, I'm gonna set it to assisted for now, so it actually start from the beginning of the game. And I'm going to show you what happens when I try to record this on OBS while I'm running the game, because before I couldn't even use my mic. I couldn't, the recording would actually lag out. OBS would actually lag out. It won't actually, the game looks smooth, but OBS doesn't want to, yeah, doesn't want to work. Okay, I'm going to skip these cutscenes. So here I'm in the game, right? Now I'm going to see what happens when I actually start messing with the graphics settings. So graphics settings. You can see everything is set to my resolution. The refresh rate is actually supposed to be at 60, but okay, frame rate is at 60. Visual synchronization is on. This is set to quality. I don't have ray tracing. I don't have a ray tracing graphics card. This is set to quality. I cannot turn this on. I don't know why. You can see this is high, very high. Now this actually says I cannot run the game, but it's running smooth. I set this to max. I set this to max. I set this to high. Shadow cache on high. Shadows on. I set the ambient occlusion on. Volumetric scaling. Particle quality. I set basically everything to its max. And it's supposed to lag out. Oh, wait a minute. Motion blur. Let's turn on motion blur. Let's see. Lens flare is on, chromatic aberration is on, depth of field is on. Okay, he's not gonna talk to me. Oh yeah, I forgot if you do a new playthrough. No, he doesn't talk to you at all. I forgot. I'm used to Resident Evil 4 going around on PS2, where he actually says that you... Usually I got a lot of lags here, especially in here. Just trying to go in here, the game lags out bad. With that loading, that save up there, it lags out. Alright, let me just bring up my DPI a little bit. Why do they always make you open up the door this slow?
This is not good.
Oh, wait a minute, this actually lagged me out as well. Huh, yeah. Even doing something like this lags me out.
What was that?
You can actually just crouch behind this guy if you don't want to fight him. But I like using my knife. I don't think I have any heals. Oh, bad. That's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use flashbangs on this. I forgot. I only have 20 shots on this, so I'm gonna have to make it count. Not this one. I can see him moving, but I cannot hit him. Man, I hate it when this happens. Asshole. Ah, crap. I forgot. Not this way. Not this way. Not this way. Up the stairs. Another place where it lagged out. Right here. Man, I need heals. No, no heals. That's not good. Okay, I need gunpowder right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my storage. There's something I want to show you. So everything I've unlocked in the previous playthroughs is gonna be stored right here, including, where was it? This baby right here. So if I take this one and I store it, this one, actually want to store this one, store. I'm gonna press Alt and maybe store, yeah, maybe store this one as well. Now when I upgrade this one, you're gonna see something awesome happen. This is gonna give me infinite ammo, but for now it's gonna give me 50 ammo. Right now I don't think I'm gonna have any ammo. Where was my first aid spray? There it is. Haha, I knew I had first aid spray in here somewhere. That was actually supposed to heal me all the way, but okay. Ah, shit, they saw me. Running pretty smooth. Oh crap.
Damn it.
Ahí está, detrás de ti, imbécil.
But why do I get red if I need green? I don't know where the clock tower is, otherwise I would have shot the clock tower by now. I keep, I don't know exactly where this is. This also lagged me out bad.
Here we go.
I only need to kill 15 of these guys. There we go.
La campana.
There we go.
Al que
Lord. Lord Settler. So this is me running on max graphics on Resident Evil 4 Remake whilst recording on OBS, and it's running pretty smooth. Okay, that's me Alt F4ing. Don't worry about that. I just hit the Alt F4, so yeah. So the OBS version, this is going to be in the description. You're going to go to your browser if you want to find it yourself, the browser. Then you're going to go to GitHub. Why is this open? Piss off. Alright, so wait a minute. Okay, anyway, you don't have to sign up for this, but this is going to be in this description. I'm going to put this one in the description so you can actually download this. You're going to go all the way to the bottom, and you're going to download this one. If you're running on an older version, well, a newer version of OBS, and you know it lags out, get rid of it. Uninstall it and then install this version. It works perfectly for me. If it works for me, it will work for you. Okay? You can even look for a lower version of OBS, but this is the one I found is pretty gnarly. So with OBS, now I'm going to look at my settings for OBS. This is the last thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to my settings, advanced, make sure this is set to high. The renderer, color format, you don't need to worry about this. Just set this one to full. And then HDR normal peaks level at 1000 nits. And then video, make sure your canvas resolution is the same as your output resolution. Don't go any higher, maybe lower it, maybe, but keep it the same. Output for recording, this is what I'm using. I'm setting this to MKV. It's a nice recording format, so if you get like power outages or something crashes, it gets saved so you can pick up where you left off. I set it to NVIDIA NVEC H264. My audio format is just standard, and I don't do any of these. Make sure they're set to 1 track. And then rate control is set to CBR. Some people would say UCQP, but it takes a lot more space. And then I set this to 10,000 kbs, and then PS slow, good quality. I got the tuning to high quality, and 2 passes quarter resolution. I can do this full resolution. I haven't tried it out yet, but I will try that out in the future. So these are the settings for OBS I'm currently using. So you don't need to worry about this. I don't stream, so yeah, my Wi-Fi is a little bad. Yeah, but other than that, if you found this useful, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell to always be in the loop when the next video comes out. There's proof that actually AAA games can be recorded on OBS without lagging out. Thank you. You're welcome. See you guys in the next one, and happy gaming. See you guys.